Today I'm gonna show you how to make a simple lottery game or function. So let's first clean up this code. We have an empty function. Okay, let's make another function. Let's get this one down here and type function, and here is the name of the function we want to use. So we are gonna call it lottery, and that's all for now. And we need to have an end for the function. So we have the function lottery. Good. We can use this function anywhere. Now for a lottery you need some people on the list. So let's make here will be the list. Okay, so here we type some names. I was thinking about having a lottery for the next game I'm gonna play on the let's play I'm doing. So I'm gonna take few games from that list, about 5 games, and I'm gonna list them right here. They are not gonna work like this because we have to use codes for every as you can see it gives an error, as you can see. So let's fix that. A second please. Okay, but will still not work. Why? Because we need to also put the commas. Now will work. So we have a list of 5 games that we want to random choose from them. How we'll be doing that? First, I want my lottery to be very random, so I don't get the same game. How I'll do that? I will show in a few moments. Okay, first, how we get a random number in Lua. To get a random number in Lua, you type math dot random. As you can see, it shows us how we can use it, and we have from 1 to a number. How we get that number? We can't get from 1 to 3 or from 1 to 5 and so on. We need how many stuff we have on the list. So to do that, in the last part I'll show you how to get how many things are on the list, because this is a list we actually have numbers. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. We are gonna use this and type the name of the table, and now we have the list, and we have random, math random. We get the number right here, and let's have a local variable which will be number. Okay, so we have the number here, a random number that will give us something from this list, and let's show the result. So will be not that, I'm sorry, because we've learned how to use strings. So we are gonna have next game to play is, and we use list and number, and now if we test this, won't work. Why? Because we don't call the lottery function. So how we're gonna call that? We have 2 ways to call it. First, we can call it in the main function, which is called right here. In Lua, everything goes like this. The compiler does this thing, and when it arrives here, it gets here, it runs this one and goes there and ends. And if we have 2 main to time, we'll read this one time and then go to the other one and use it again. So for to have this function in any thing, let's type it here. Let's just type it here. We can give it some arguments. So let's say I want to get 2 games, so let's have a number here. So times, how many times we get to get the games. This will be more complex because we can get the same game 2 times or multiple times. That will fix it later on. Right now we just type 1 and this doesn't matter because we don't use it yet. We'll be using it later. Okay, now let's try it, and it will show us a game, a random game. If we try it again, it will show the same game. Why is that? Because we don't get a random seed. We get the same random seed. What that means? Math random is not that random. To get it more random, you have to do math random seed and here a number, but this number have to be random. The only way to get it much random is to get it by date. So today we are gonna use os time, and this will give us a random seed for our function. And now we get random games from the list every time. No, I think it's not os time. I think it's os date or something. I can't remember. No, it's not os date. Let's try os time again. And now let's do some uh, more random things here to fix that. And now it should get random games. As you can see, it's quite random. As you can see, yeah, it's quite random, but it's still based on something that is not that random, like time. So it's kinda hard to get that. We can try different things so we can have a better random. There is a site that have uh, pretty random numbers, but they still not feel random, these numbers. So that's why it doesn't matter really. Okay, so after we have this, now we want to get multiple times uh, the things. There is a catch. Now there is a catch. So you need to do 4 a from 1 to times how many times we get. So if it's 1, it's 1, so it goes just 1 time. Do, and here we have the end. We close the function. We put some space. It doesn't matter. You can go like this. It doesn't matter. But for the script to look nice, I like to have some spaces. There are some programming languages that requires you to have exact spaces, like this. This doesn't. You can go like this if you like. Some people like to write code like this, and this looks very dumb, to be honest. I like the code to be something like this, to look nice when you write it, when you read it. Okay, so now how we get, if we try this one and get 3 times, we will get the game 2 or more times. As you can see right now it doesn't, but if we try it multiple times, as you can see, Apocalyptica goes 2 times. How we fix that? We have to remove the game from the list when we've got it. So how we'll be doing that? There is a way to do that, and that way is like this. So we do table remove, and here we have the table that is, 1 second please. Software auto completes stuff, and I don't like that much. That's why type the name of the table, and the position is actually number, and we'll be removing that. So next time we don't get it. There is a nicer way to get multiple times. I'm thinking about making it so it gets everyone from the list and shows it in a random order. And I'll show you how you'll be doing that, so we don't need times. so we don't go into arguments yet. So we remove this and leave it much simpler. And here we do list from 1 to the number of things here. We'll get a random number, print the name. Okay, so here will be a number. So here we go. We have A, and here we have this one. So number 1 game to play is, and so on. And we make a list out of this one, a random list. And let's try it out. So we have 1 and to 5. If you look like this, it's not the most random, quite random, but not the most random. If we have more games or more stuff on the list, we'll get it much random. Right now it's like this, it's kinda weird. Let's try it again. A bit more random. So we haven't got Beowulf first, and this is how you get from a table you get everything random. So how it saves that? Because we want to have this somewhere saved. Now we are gonna learn how to save things. So we have the print, and we want this print to also save in the file. So to do that, we are gonna use input and output functions. So first we have an object. We are gonna call it file, or my file, let's call it eo open, and here is the name of the file. We are gonna call it data.txt. This is the mode. The mode is how the file will be saved. We are gonna do w. W means writing, to write into the file. You can also do r for reading, just reading, read only. So we're doing writing. Here we'll be writing in the file, so we're doing this and write. Here we write something, we write actually this thing. To don't copy and paste it right here and make the computer do two things, the same thing 2 times, we are gonna make a string. So we are gonna call it result, and we print the result on the screen, and we also save the result on our file. But something will not work. I will tell you why. Okay, we need also to close the file, because we can't access a file that is in use by something. What will not work, I'll show you in a few moments. Okay, now let's check a bit. Let's try it. Okay, we can't see anything here. We can see the file here. I mean, to go to the file, we need to go to the workspace, some code, and here's our file. As you can see, it goes like this. Why is that? Because you need to have a new line for the thing to work. So we are gonna use a new line. To have a new line, you need to do N and R for Windows, or for just other systems. You can go with just this one. And let's try it out. Not in Notepad. Okay, let's open with Notepad++, and as you can see, still looks like that. Let's try the code again with on change. And now if you open it, as you can see, it goes like this. You can also read from it. So right now it doesn't really do much. So if you read from what was saved, it's kind of dumb. So let's make something. Let's make a list, a separate list, and call it list.text. And here we type our games or our people to choose from the list. Let's say let's put some games there. Okay, let's not have a space. Why you don't have the last space here? Because that will cause some trouble with reading, because this line will be read to and be used uh, as a new line, so you have to be careful to everything look like this. We can fix that later on, but for a simple example that will not work. So let's make a new function for this to load everything. So this we remove. We keep the list empty for now. We make a function that we call it lottery load, and we make a file uh, my load. We open the file, our file that the name is list. So we have list text. Now we use the reading mode, and for to read everything from the file, we have to do for. Uh, I can't remember much how was done. I think was while um, true, do, and end. So right here we do our code. We have local text, and we have my load, because this is how we call it here. We do read, and to read just a line we do this one. This will read just a line, and so on will do. Okay, so if text is empty, then we break this, so we don't get in a forever loop. If we don't have this one here, it will go forever and forever. Okay, and now we have to add it to our list, to this one here. So we do table insert, and we'll have list. This is our table, and we have text. And now let's also see what it does in the console. So why it doesn't work right now? Because we haven't called this. We have to call it. So we are gonna call it before you use the lottery. So let's try it. As you can see, this is how it loads everything, and now this is our random sorted list, and you can also see it right here. As you can see, 10 games on the list, random chosen. This is how you do random in Lua. You can do all sorts of things with reading and writing. You can also read some binary codes and make some transformation. I did that in a software I made a while ago to read for a game, to read some files, so I could manipulate them much easier. You can do all sorts of things. This is just an example. For now, that is all. See you tomorrow or this week. Tomorrow or this week we'll be doing a simple game. I'll show you a very nice engine to make games, and we will try to make something very simple. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.